Okay, welcome to another session in this series. So we're starting from question number 10 in this video. Okay, so the question says evaluate this expression, leaving an answer in standard form. Okay, so since this is an objective question, we can just easily put it into a calculator and then we find our answer, right? So let's do that. So let's put it into the calculator and then we find our answer. So let me clear this. It says 0.42 divided by 2.5. Then at the denominator we have 0.5 times 2.05. Okay, we have our answer. It says 1.63924 up to the n times 10 to the power negative 1, right? So let's write that down and then let's stop at the third decimal, right? We have the 1.639 times 10 to the power negative 1. So that's our answer. Do we have it here? Yes, we have it here. So our answer is C. Cool. Our answer is C. So we used calculator since this is objectives. Very simple. Right, let's go to the next one. Question number 11. We can also use calculator for this, but just for the purpose of showing you how you do it, we're going to solve it step by step, right? Okay, so it says evaluate this expression, right? Okay, so let's write the expression down. The first one here is in mixed fraction. This is also mixed fraction, and then at the denominator we have a proper fraction. So we know that the line over here signifies what? It signifies division, right? Okay, so let's write down this expression properly so we can see it. So we have 12 whole number 1/2 minus 8 whole number 1/3. So let's put this in brackets. Then this line signifies division, right? So let's put it down, divided by 5/12. So we know that when we are dividing, we can just change the division sign into multiplication, and then we flip the expression on its head, right? The fraction on its head, so it will become 12/5. And we put times, right? Okay, and also we need to change these mixed fractions into improper fraction so we can work with them easily, right? And how do you change a mixed fraction to an improper fraction? You multiply the whole number by the denominator, right? So 2/12, then you add it to the numerator right here, which is what? 1. So let's do that. 2/12 is what? 24 plus 1, then all over 2. The same for this side. We have 3/8 is 20. 3/8 is what? 24, then plus 1. So we're going to have 24 plus 1/3, right? So you know how to change it, right? Let's move on. So let's do that. We have 2/12 is 24 plus 1, 25/2, minus 3/8, which is 24 plus 1/3. So we have 25/3, right? So let's write down. We have 25/3. Then we need to change this division sign into multiplication. Then we have 12/5, right? So we have times 12/5. All right, let's move on. So here we need to find the LCM. The LCM is what? We can use LCM simply means least common factor. LCM, least common multiple, least common multiple. So what's the least common multiple of 2 and 3? You can easily say 6, right? Because 6 is a multiple of 2 and it's also a multiple of 3, right? So let's use 6. So we have 6. Then we have, how do we go by it? What we do is 2 goes into 6 3 times, and then 3 multiplies 25, and then 3 goes into 6 twice, and then 2 multiplies 25, right? That's what you're going to do. So we're going to have 2 into 6 3 times, so 3 by 25, then minus 3 into 6 2 times, then we're going to have 2 times this 25 here, right? That's what you're supposed to do. So let's do that. So we're going to have 3 times 25 minus 2 times 25 times 12 over 5, right? Okay, so now we multiply this and we multiply this. What do we have? We have 75 minus 50 over 6 times 12 over 5. So what do we have? When we subtract this, what do we get? 75 minus 50, we get 25, right? So let's write that down. Instead of this, let's write 25. Let's write 25. So now we can easily cancel out, right? 5 into 25, 5 times, right? And 6 into 12, 2 times. So we have to multiply the remainders. 5 by 2. And then here is just 1, and here is 1, right? Because we already cancelled it out. So we're going to have 5 by 2, 5 times 2, which is what? 10. So our answer is equal to 5 by 2, which is equal to 10. And that is our answer. That is our answer. Okay, let's move on to the next set of questions. The question says, multiply 3.6 times 10 to the power negative 2 by 9.5 times 10 to the power 4 and leave your answer in standard form. This is very important. Standard form, right? Okay, so we can do normal process and then multiply 3.6 by 9.5 and then multiply the exponents. But then it will be easier, since this is an objective question, to use the calculator, right? This is a trick. Don't try to solve the question by hand in the objective. If you can put it into the calculator to get your answer, you do that. So let's use our calculator. Let's clear this. Cool. So it says multiply. So let's multiply 3.6 by 10 to the power of negative 2 by 9.5 times 10 to the power 4. 10 to the power 4. So this is our answer, 3.42. Let's write it down. 3.42 times 10 to the power 3, right? Okay. So we have 3.42 times 10 to the power 3. And the question says, leave your answer in standard form. Now let's look at our answer. Is it in standard form? Yes, we have 3 points here at the first significant figure, so that is correct. That is correct. So our answer is C. Our answer is C. Our answer is C. Okay, let's move on to the next set of questions. Okay, that's question number 13. Question number 13. Now, let's see. We can also easily just put this into the calculator, right? We can do that But should we do that or we should solve it? Let's try to solve it by hand. Okay, so you have 7 times 5 to the power of 4 all over 2 power 3 times 2 power negative 4, right? Okay, so what do we do? Now let's first deal with the denominator. At the denominator, we see that the bases are the same, 2 and 2, and then the exponents are 3 and negative 4. So the rule of indices, when you have the bases to be the same, what do? You have to add the exponents. You add the exponents, so we are going to have 3 plus negative 4, which is the same as 3 minus 4, right? 2 exponents 3, 2 exponents 3 plus negative 4, which is the same as 2 exponents 3 minus 4, which is going to give us 2 exponents negative 1, right? Okay, so let's do that, which is equal to 7 times 4 exponents 4, sorry, 5 exponents 4 over 2 3 minus 4. So we have, let's also break down the 5 exponents 4. 5 exponents 4 just means 5 by 5 by 5 by 5. So 25 by 25, which is 625, right? Okay, so let's write. So we have 625 by 7 all over 2 exponents negative 1, right? 2 exponents negative 1. And these 2 exponents negative 1 can be written as 1 over 2, right? This is another law of indices. When you get there, you will see it. So 2 exponents negative 1 is written as 1 over 2, right? 1 over 2. So when you put 1 over 2 here, these 2 just comes up here to multiply, right? Okay, so we have 625 by 7 by 2, right? Let me clean it so you can see it clearly. This will be 625 by 7 divided by half, right? And we know when we are dividing by it, we can change it to multiplication. So we're going to have 625 by 7 divided by 1 over 2. So when we change this division into multiplication, the 2 comes up, right? So it will multiply everything. So let's just do that right here. So we're going to have times 2. So now when we multiply this, what do we have? We can just use our calculator. Should we use our calculator? Yes, let's use our calculator so we don't waste time. So we have 625 by 7 by 2. So that will be 8.75 by 10 to the power of 3. This is our answer. Now the question says the answer is 8.75 times 10 to the power n. So now if we compare this, our answer, to this, what's the value of n? Now our value of n is 3 because n is equal to 3. So n is equal to 3. So our answer is 3. Alright, I think we would have to end here for now, and then we'll continue in the next session. Alright, see you again next time. Bye.